How lovely it is that we live in a world that we can feel free to express our thoughts and feelings about the functions of our country, state, or even our own town. Take New Brunswick, for example, a populated, diverse city brimming with elderly, college students, and everyone in between. With a lot of people comes a lot of cars, and unfortunately, a lot of cars causes an exorbitant amount of traffic. Many of us are well aware of the traffic issue in New Brunswick, especially our commuters, the 9 to 5ers. 5 o'clock is prime time for gridlock going south on Route 18. This is an issue that seems to have been ignored by the town of New Brunswick. Unfortunately, this traffic is causing more than just stress and anxiety among the commuters. It is causing a great deal of accidents. This naturally creates a vicious cycle in which traffic causes accidents, and accidents then emphasize the traffic.
Afternoon, our freeways are looking good so far. We have no major delays just yet.
If you're heading in on the Edens now, the Kennedy, that's busy from the
11 major incidents as of yet this afternoon as you travel the Beltway to Main Line. Interloop delays begin.
This is the music of a mobile society, a graceful symphony of motion and movement, power and productivity. America's transportation system has helped move the country through a century of progress and expansion. But now, it is straining under the weight of its own success. The music is fading. Today, congestion and inefficiency threaten the social and economic prosperity of our communities. That's why improving our transportation system is now one of America's highest priorities.
If you think about what's important in the city, whether it's employment, whether it's being able to participate in cultural activities, whether it's education, whether it's family activities.
Traffic is an issue that affects most every city in the world. I do not believe that there is one solution guaranteed to fix the problem, but there are plenty of things that we can do in order to reduce the congestion and spend less time sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic. The most common demand is to build more highways, to have more tunnels and bridges, and even start building elevated roadways. Many drivers will argue that this will solve the traffic issue by creating more lanes and dispersing the cars, allowing more room on the roads. This seems like a logical idea. More lanes equals more room, and more room equals less congestion. Some may argue that this will cost too much. Building all new roads can definitely be costly, but with all of the tax collections, there should be enough in the town's budget to do something like this. Unfortunately, there have been studies done to show that this does not exactly improve traffic issues at all. According to Adam Mann's article, building bigger roads actually makes traffic worse. Just like supply and demand, when something is in demand and the supply is increased, people, in this case of roads, will only drive more. Social scientists have shown a 1-to-1 ratio between building new roads and the increase of drivers. When new roads were built, it made it easier to commute, and so more people took advantage of this, and in turn, traffic remained the same. Another solution could be an increase in the use of public transportation. The more people take advantage of the use of buses, trains, and subways, the less cars will be on the road. But this too has been proven to be ineffective. The drivers who switch to public transit are just simply replaced by new drivers. This should still be encouraged, as it will, if nothing else, reduce air pollution and the consumption of gasoline. What has been shown to work in speeding up traffic flow is the use of smart traffic lights. These new and improved traffic signals operate on their own by determining the most efficient timing at that particular moment. This decreases stop and go time, which also saves time, gas, money, and of course stress. If New Brunswick could adopt this new technology, especially on roads such as I-287 and Route 18, I believe it will definitely improve the congestion. I am a student here at Rutgers, and as this is my first semester, I was stuck with the leftover time choices for my classes. The only choice I had for my one mandatory class ended at 4:40 p.m. Yes, prime traffic time going southbound on Route 18. This alone made my experience at Rutgers not very enjoyable, and definitely influenced my opinion of the school. I eventually learned that going to the library right after that class proved to be the most rational decision and helped to decrease my stress level. but maybe avoiding those hours for school altogether would improve traffic. I know it's a far stretch to just eliminate classes that start between 7 and 9 a.m. and end between 4 and 6 p.m., but maybe just reducing them will in turn reduce the amount of cars on the road at those given times. On that same note, encouraging people not to drive during those hours might help as well. Encouraging students to stay off the roads during those hours and maybe giving them the idea to stay at the library, to study, and wait out the traffic instead, as I did. Of course, just informing people to stay off the roads might not be as effective as one might hope. One method that has been used in many cities is something called congestion pricing. This is a technique that is used to reduce traffic by increasing the price of tolls during the times where traffic is high. By charging more, there will be less cars on the road during those times. This method might be something that the town of New Brunswick would want to test out. The average commuter sits in 52 hours of traffic annually. I think this is an issue worth solving in the town of New Brunswick. Time is precious, and even if we can reduce that time only by minutes, I believe it is worth the effort to do so. Reducing traffic is not an easy task and will definitely take some trial and error. I believe that there is a solution that will eventually work to help reduce congestion. As of right now, the environment is unpleasant, and it would be nice to clean up the mess a little and let the better parts of New Brunswick be the ones that stand out. As a commuter, I see the problem firsthand, which allows me to really be acquainted with the environment. I am a part of the community of New Brunswick, and so I feel I have a good idea of the town and the problems that surround it. I think that with some effort and rational thinking, New Brunswick traffic can definitely be improved.
With that cooperation, communities will realize the full benefits of the intelligent transportation infrastructure. Reduce congestion, better choices, faster emergency response, cleaner air, stronger economies, and an improved quality of life. These are smart moves and proof that by planning smart and buying smart, governments can stretch their resources and better serve their citizens.